Hi everyone, it's Øyvind Martinsen here. It's a beautiful afternoon here by the lake Vansjø in Norway. Vansjø is the largest lake in Østfold in Norway, and I really know this area very well because I have been here since I was a kid, and in 2007 I published a book about the lake, so it's I'm very familiar here, but no scene is the same, so this is very different from other times I've been here. And I was here last time too and took some pictures, but I'm gonna try some different today. So I'm here with my dog Sølvi. She's from Panama and she's in Norway now, so she has a coat to stay warm, and this here to stay warm from the snow here and ice. Oh, it's so nice weather. So we'll take a look at some equipment. I have my tripod, my really right stuff ball head, and the Gitzo tripod. And behind me here I have some nice snow and ice formations, and I'm gonna work in a low camera position and take advantage of these graphical forms in the foreground. So I have my photo bag, my Gale & Ravel photo bag, and I'm going to use my Canon 5D camera, and I'm going to use my Zeiss, Carl Zeiss 80mm wide angle lens. I take off the sound protection here because I'm going to use a graduated neutral density filter, so I want nothing in front of the lens so I can hold the filter close. So I'm gonna put it on the tripod. There we go. And I need a cable release. The cable release attached here to this side. Yeah, we're ready to go. And I put the camera on, and I set the ISO to the lowest, ISO 50. I'm going to use aperture priority, and I'm going to use f16, aperture f16. So that's a good solution, because with the aperture f16 I can have sharpness from the very close foreground, the ice formations here, and all the way back to the forest in the far background. So that's it. And also in my bag I have the graduated neutral density filter, and I'm going to use the two-stop hard edge Gale & Ravel graduated neutral density filter. This filter is a hard stop, so above here is the graduation, and I will hold back the sky a little bit to balance the light with the foreground. So this is to balance the light between the sky and the sometimes darker foreground. Today we will not have so much contrast, so a two-stop is enough. Maybe I don't have to use this today, but let's see what type of light we have. The snow is very white and light, it's very bright, so maybe I don't need any filter, but I put this in my pocket, so it's very available very fast. So we have this. And I always shut down my photo bag when I have taken out my gear, so things don't fall off if I by accident lift my photo bag. So learning from experience. So let's find a good position. I don't want to destroy these beautiful formations here. It's some hoarfrost, ice and snow, and I'll be careful because I'm going to use this as my foreground. and together with the sky behind me. What I'm expecting today, the sun is going down in that direction, the moon is coming up in that direction, and I want this as the foreground, and I'm going to wait to take my pictures until the sun is down. And I will also have some colors on the sky in the background. I want a combination of blue and crimson, and hopefully we will have that today when the sun is behind. And also when the sun is behind the horizon, we can have the earth shadow, the shadow of the earth on the sky behind me here. So I'm gonna fine-tune everything, find my composition in advance, and I'm gonna wait until I have that beautiful light. So I'm gonna work with these formations and see what I can do with them. I have to go a little bit down because I'm a little bit tall, so I take down the tripod, take the legs down. Here it's very slippery, the ice. I see these beautiful lines here, these curved lines. This looks like a fish, and also these lines, they form curved lines, S-curved lines, and diagonal lines in my composition. So I'm going to go down now with my wide-angle lens. I have I have all the way from here, this angle, and out here. This is the wide-angle lens. So I take in everything here in the foreground. That's why I go down. So I move the tripod so I don't get the foot into the frame. And fine-tune my composition. A little bit behind, get a little bit more of the sky there. Let's take one picture. Yes. So I think I have my composition. Now I have to wait for the light to improve. I want the sun down and the colors on the sky, and hopefully I will see the moon. Let's talk about some details here. You can see I have my camera on the aperture priority here. I have a camera on the f16 aperture f16, and this Carl Zeiss 18mm wide-angle lens, it has a manual focus, only manual focus, and it has the distance here. So I have this scale here, the aperture scale. I have f16 there and f16 there on this scale here. So I can take the infinity mark, turn it up to f16 on this side. Then on the other side here we can see I have depth of field from infinity here and to 0.5 meters, half a meter. So not so bad. So then I don't have to think about focusing, because I will have sharpness all the way from the foreground and to the background. So if I'm using my Galen Ravel 2-stop hard edge graduated neutral density filter, I will handhold it in front of the lens, and I can balance the light between the sky and the foreground. So the way I work then, I have my cable release. I've set everything in I composed. The camera is fixed. My cable release here in my left hand, and then the graduated filter in my right hand. Then I look in the camera and take down the filter down to the horizon and press the shutter. Yes, Interesting. Now the colors are starting to get interesting on the sky. I have my foreground, I have my composition. Now just wait for the light to improve on the sky. I have my cable release. I'm going to take one picture without the graduated neutral density filter. I'm going to wait with this now. Take one first with only the lens. Then, yes, looks good. I'll take one with the 2-stop hard Gale Ravel graduated neutral density filter from Stingray, and hand hold it over the lens and press the shutter with a cable release. A little bit darker sky, but that can be okay for a different mood in the image. So we're gonna wait a little bit more. Then probably we will have the earth shadow on the sky. That will be very interesting in combination with this foreground. Let's see. See, now I have the scene without the graduated neutral density filter, and I'm gonna hold the filter over and darken the sky a little bit, and you can see the change. It changes the tones and the contrast. Now I have the earth shadow, and I want to work with that. I'm gonna try one image without the graduated neutral density filter, see how it turns out. See, in this case I think we can do this picture without the graduated neutral density filter, because the contrast is not so big, because the snow is very bright and the sky is not that bright, so we don't have this large contrast between the foreground and the sky. I'm gonna just take one image with the filter on my cable release, hold down in the corner here. Drag down the filter to the horizon. Yes, different mood. The other one, I think I have two to choose from. Okay, I think we are done for today. So I got one good picture. I'm gonna go in and develop it on the computer in Adobe Lightroom, and with a warm cup of coffee. Now it's about minus 10 degrees Celsius here, so it's pretty cold, and I think the night will be even colder. So let's see what we got, and thank you for watching so far. I'll see you inside on the computer. Hi again. Now I'm inside in front of the computer in a warm house, and I'm gonna do a quick develop on this image from tonight. And the first thing I want to do is to fine-tune the color temperature. So drag the slider a little bit around 6422. Yeah, I think then we maintain some of the blue tones. I want to increase the contrast, so drag the slider up, and I've already adjusted the shadows here. You see, this was the original, and I want the shadows, especially in this area, these dark areas in the forest, I want them to be lifted up a little bit up here, so we get more details. And this is a very good tool for this type of editing. You see here, shadows. Now we have more details here in the forest. And the next thing I want to do, now I've adjusted the color temperature, the contrast and the shadows. Then we go to the clarity. It sharpens the medium tones in the frame. So I drag it up to around 25. There we go. Now we have a more crispy image. You see, if I drag the slider to the left, we'll have a very soft image. And the other way, this is too much. So just leap it up around 25. And then the next is the Vibrance. It boosts up the it boosts up the tones, the color tones that are not so present in the image, so it boosts it up. So I drag the slider up to around 40, 45. You see already now the crimson got stronger, also the blue. Now we have the blue cold tones, and that match the color temperature out in the field, and also the cold weather. So next thing I want to do is add a little bit saturation, not too much. If I do this, it's too much, and the other way it's black and white. So I drag the slider up a little bit stronger color tones. Then I cruise down here to the sharpening, and I want to sharpen the image and drag it up to around 58, and radius 1.1. And the masking is the areas that will not be sharpened, like the sky. So I press the option button here and drag the slider, and the dark areas here will not be sharpened. Then you get a better quality image. So blank surfaces like the sky and water surfaces, eye surfaces, they don't need sharpening. So that was a quick develop. So let's see the image in full frame. Press the F button on the keyboard. Not too bad. Another image from tonight. This one in last evening light here. It's a little bit different than this one. And I was also here yesterday evening, and then the light was a little bit different. I also had a moon in the frame. So let's see this. Very nice too. And I also had a little bit stronger colors here, and more earth shadow here. I also shot one vertical yesterday, also nice. And I press the F button one more time. I go back to the develop mode, and let's take a look at all of them, all of the images. I mark them. Now I'm in the library mode. I go down here to this one, and I can press L button 2 times, and then we see the images. Good work. Different light in all situations, and you can go to the same place many times and you will get different images. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next.